cutting Connor Barth probably means
Speaking of legs,
Britton Colquitt will keep his job as the punter.
well,
are you okay with that?
not so fast there, Romeo.
Well, I mean, they still have Spencer Lanning in camp, but doesn't this tell you that Colquitt's in all probability going to keep the job?
I would say that's the way to bet, but it also seems to me they're looking for every reason to get rid of
No,
Colquitt.
they brought in Lanning, they brought in Carl Schmitz.
Yeah.
They want to give him competition. They haven't been real happy with him.
I mean, it's like,
and he's making a lot of money.
yeah,
still,
they,
even
they
after
cut
taking
his
a pay cut.
they cut his pay once, and then they still bring in competition.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, man.
Yeah, I keep saying they're going to bring him in and say, one more time.
Yeah,
He did have a pretty good game
800,000.
against Houston
I
on Saturday night.
think that's fair.
A little over 41 yards, a punt,
yeah.
a couple inside the 20.
He shanked one. He had one wobbly one that only went about 25 yards, and it was returned. If you remember the play where they were encircling the returner and he got about 15, 20 yards out of it, that was a bad punt. It looked to me more like, I talked to him briefly after the game, looked to me like he was trying to coffin corner punt, which doesn't happen much in the
No, you don't
NFL
see it a whole lot.
anymore. But he was directionally punting. He was trying to punt to the sideline, the left sideline, as deep as he could go. So I think he's aware that his job is not as safe as maybe some people believe. And there's a guy standing next to him that punted pretty well in this league. He had a better net average than Colquitt did when he was a full-time
All
punter.
right, so if you had to bet, Colquitt or Spencer Lanning?
Colquitt.
Colquitt,
Unanimous.
but not with much conviction.
All right, well, I'll ask you the same question I asked you about McManus. How confident are they in Colquitt, and how much patience will they have with Colquitt?
I don't think this coaching staff has any loyalty to Britton Colquitt. They
agree.
cut him overnight. I think John Fox had a feeling that he had been so good in 2013 that there's more of a loyalty when a guy's been good for you. When it's not your guy, it's very easy to cut that guy. I mean, that's
Especially
true.
if he's a kicker,
That's
a
true in
punter.
every business, every sport, every activity you can think about. Not my guy. He's gone. So if I'm Britton Colquitt, I'm like every punter in the league every year. I think my job is temporarily. I felt that when I was doing talk radio. I was doing temporary work because stations.
Radio is temporary work.
Yeah. Anybody that thinks that radio is permanent work,
No.
they're dropping a brick.
Your money's on Colquitt.
Yeah, yes, but I think they're confident,
We're
and I've
spending
said
entirely
I
too
think
much
that, I
time
think they're
worried
looking.
about special
I
teams.
think Woody's right that there is no loyalty to Colquitt by this new coaching staff, and I think quite frankly they have looked for every reason to cut him, and they will continue to do that.
All right, that segment's sponsored by the Blake Street Tavern. You know the Blake Street Tavern. They're at 23rd and Blake. Greatest sports bar in town, best sports bar food in town. They've got 3 different bars. They've got the underground social downstairs. They've got 60 HD TVs. They'll put the game on that you want to watch. It's 23rd and Blake, the Blake Street Tavern, just a couple of blocks north of Coors Field. It's voted Denver's best sports bar 3 years in a row by Westward.